What's been the hardest part of doing this whole thing the right way, you know?
This is going to be an interesting response
Yeah.
because you're not going to really believe it.
Yeah.
The hardest part of this is to carve out a business where everybody wins because you have to eventually put that price tag on the menu. And
Right, right,
what's emotionally challenging for that
right,
is that I want this food to get to everybody.
right, right,
So,
right.
there's
Well, I've noticed that you donated greenhouses to the schools in the area. I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? So I know that you're trying, right, everywhere you can.
the greenhouses were a magical combination, and the people that are using them,
Yeah.
are really doing some bang up things. The Montessori school in Sparks is probably the biggest example of somebody who took it all the way through,
Yeah.
and they still devote time and energy and teaching, and those kids are learning everything from growing to composting
Right.
and
Awesome.
regenerative things.
Right.
And
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, there's that part, but the that yearning to make sure that everybody gets that food
Yeah.
is more of an emotionally difficult thing. As far as the restaurant,
Right.
I understood restaurants, so that was good. What I didn't understand was how to manage 160 kids,
Right. Right.
and kids from all nature.
Right.
But Julie and I have really empowered some kids that are special,
Right.
to really be that liaison and to really translate the mission of nurturing and hospitality and health.
Right.
And three in particular are just absolutely taking it to a whole nother level, and they're relating to the staff. And I can say that today in 2025, we have the best staff and team, and it's being led by the best people in the market. And it's really extraordinary. So now we can concentrate on growing and,
Right.
giving them a real career,
Right.
and not, food service was built on slavery,
Right.
not our company.
Right.
Our
Right.
teams are well compensated.
Right.
We have health, we have dental, we have 401k, we have profit sharing.
I thought that was interesting, you guys, because ever since I've come here, it's been 10 years now, and I've noticed that the employees stick around. And usually when you go places, next week you see somebody new all the time, right? And I was thinking, God, man, they're happy here. He must take care of them. And so that's awesome that you said that, because I was thinking about that. Like, man, that's pretty amazing.
Yep.
So I mean, God, it must be an honor to work here, you know?
And I'm honored to have the kids that do work here.
Yeah.
They're a special group, and I think they feel what it's like to be in service, because you can be in the worst mood in the world, but when you're in service to somebody, you can't really be in a bad mood.
Right, right, right. So I went back to school to become a teacher, and I was a sales guy. I was making lots of money, but then I lost it. But then I know I could go back. I could have went back into sales. I could have went into business, and I could have done things different, right? But no, it doesn't make me happy, not at all. This YouTube channel too, like I'm doing this from just because for service, just like you, I want to help people. I don't want people to suffer like I watch suffering. I'm not going to stop, So I'm grateful for YouTube for having a platform to be able to do this, and to be able to talk to Gino and get this information out to you guys. But this is so important to watch these videos. This kind learning from this man who's a great person who's just all he cares about is helping, service to others. So how do so I guess how do you stay committed when the food industries? I'll try to move through because I know your time is limited also, but I don't want to take up all your time. But how do you stay committed when the food industry is always pushing in the opposite direction?
That's the food industry is diverse, and there's more and more people stepping up from a processing standpoint to a growth standpoint than ever before in my career.
Right, right.
It's okay. And there's more professional food service owners that are making a difference than ever before.
Hmm.
Now, does that mean that the conventional side is dying? No, but it means that people are waking up. People are waking up, Ron.
Right.
And we need to stay inspired and look for those folks, because we're going to attract them.
Right.
And then the more of them, the better. And so I would say the most difficult side of the food service is really the health departments and the way that they manage restaurants like us. Like, for instance, we have to get like 4 inspections a year compared to a conventional restaurant that gets 1.
Oh my goodness.
Because they told us that there's more problems and bacterias and things like that in wild seafood. So they have to come and check us more. If we used farm raised, they wouldn't have to.
Okay.
You know, we have pests in our produce.
Yeah.
You know,
they try to make it harder for you, it seems like. Right.
I mean, even in California, as liberal as it is, you know, you don't have to wear gloves. I'm fine wearing gloves, but at the same time, I'd rather wash hands than to put rubber gloves. We use approximately 360,000 rubber gloves a year.
Wow.
360 pairs.
Right. Wow.
So 700, and that has to go in the landfill. So there's more to it than just the food.
Right.
There's the way that it's handled. There's the municipalities and how they collect the trash.
Right.
Composting efforts in cities are usually only done by private companies. And gosh, if we could convert and spend the money against those programs, we could really be better. So I know I drifted away from food.
No, that's.
But it's changing, and here's the thing: we've changed. You know, like we're moving away from seed oils every moment that we can. The only products we're really struggling with and finding alternatives for are the vegan products.
Right.
And we want to serve our vegan community. Seed oils are in those, and now that we know more, we'll do more. There is a look happening right now.
Yeah, things are different.
And
hopefully, yeah.
And my middle daughter's boyfriend and is working for Brigade, which is a food service program that schools can get into. And it's naturalizing. It's bringing natural foods to this one school district. He's in Fillmore, California, but they're serving things like bone-in chicken.
Right.
And their burger bar is not, just a conventional burger bar. It's got organic produce and different things of that sort. And so there are things happening.
Right. That's awesome.
It's great. He's working with local, panaterias or bakeries to create the rolls for their, just any of that kind of movement. I'm starting to see, like, really getting inspired. I would love to work with Washoe County School District and have a segment of meals that we support and consult on.
They don't realize either how much that would help the kids. Like, there's a lot of, we can get into that.
Yeah, the HDAD and all those ABCD and every disease that they're coming up with. I think food is related to a lot of it.
Yeah, if we are organic and stuff, things change fast. It changes for us, changes for them.
Yeah.
What do you believe about food that most restaurants ignore? I think we've already answered that. I would think.
Well, I would say the one thing that we do believe is that it's better for us to buy so our organic chicken costs $5.25 more than what I could get conventional chicken for.
Wow. Right.
And we go out of our way to buy Mary's organic chicken out of the Central Valley of California. And by the way, if you've never seen the Pittman family story on YouTube, you should watch it, because I cry every time I watch it, because their purpose.
Okay. I'm going to do a video on that one.
It's amazing.
Pittman's family story. Okay.
Yeah. And Piedmontese, they're the brand. Anyway, the thing that the other restaurants don't know is that if you buy that, your cost calculator is what it is. You put that price in and you charge appropriately.
Right.
You're not gouging.
Right.
You're not taking advantage of.
Right.
You're simply making your business work so that they can have that option.
Right.
But out of fear of nobody will come, a lot of restaurateurs choose to use conventional products even though they may not fully align with them.
Right.
So I'm not saying they're bad. I just think that, that
Right.
that's the difference is I'm not afraid.
Well, I have a lot of people, and they tell me, "Oh man, I just ate this chicken, and the next thing you know, their stomach's messed up." And I'm like, "Well, hello, you're not at Grateful Garden, but yeah." And the prices to me, when I'm here, they're not that much different. So I don't know how you do that, but
No,
somehow,
they are. I mean, or they should be. I hope they're different.
well, I mean, because
But
they're not like, I mean, I know compared to fast food, but compared to like other restaurants, like it's not that much different.
well, right now I could go buy farm raised salmon for $4.50 a pound,
Yeah.
but I buy wild sockeye salmon for 11,
Right.
and then I have to turn it into usable dishes.
Yeah.
So I just charge appropriately to keep. If we can bring 3 or 4% to the bottom line, that gives us enough money to buy the new equipment that we need after, because equipment goes 3 to 5 years now. It used to be 20 years for equipment. Now it's 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Which is a whole nother story. But
Yeah. I never had a restaurant or been to a restaurant or met anybody like Gino and Julie. So I'm so grateful for you guys.
I gotcha.
And so let's see. So what's one thing, we already talked about how do you choose kind of your ingredients and stuff, right? But what's one thing that you'll never serve here, non-negotiable?
That will never serve.
Yeah. Is there something that?
Conventional produce.
Okay. Right.
Um,
So that's pesticides.
yeah. I'm not going to serve conventional meat.
Right. That's antibiotics and steroids and hormones.
You'll never see farm raised shrimp or fish,
Okay. Yeah.
and
Right.
you just never will.
Right. They just, I know how those work. Yeah. Oof. Okay.
Well, I just did the science. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to
Yeah.
badmouth anybody, anything, but
Go to Grateful Garden, you guys. Go to Grateful Garden. Oh, man. I know that's not why we're doing this, but go to Grateful Garden. If you're in Reno, if you visit Reno, go to Grateful Garden's restaurant. There's 4 of them, I think, right? 4 of them?
yeah, and our vision is that this food is going to be the common food and that the other stuff will be the least amount.
Right.
That this will be what's filled in every grocery store, that in every market, in every demographic, in every financial status, that it's just natural foods.
Right. Well, it's hard to find in the grocery stores because I did a video on a shopping list, right? So basically everything's like organic, non-GMO. That's the main thing, but it shows you what aisles to go to. So you can just watch the video and you can just see which aisles you need to go to.
Yeah. The Yucca app's cool too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that one in the description too.
Yeah.
The Yucca app, it's called?
Yep.
Okay. Yucca app. And I'll put that video in there too in the description. How has the Reno community?
Reno, it has been absolutely blown away. I'm so grateful and so humbled by the response from the community, even after the 13 years. COVID, we breezed through it, but we got people that came every day for to-go food. They were here supporting us. We had people donating money so that we could feed the people in need, like at the Community Health Alliance.
I remember you even started doing delivery too, didn't you, or something?
Yeah, we did.
So, if this place wasn't here, I would be finding a way to. I don't know if maybe I'd find another school district to go teach in. This is whatever I call regular food. Like you can get hamburgers, you can get pasta, you can get salads, you can get good sandwiches, all that kind of stuff that you can get Mexican food, you can get all kinds of stuff that I eat every day, and I stay in the shape I'm in. Even with my sciatic nerve and I haven't been able to work out, I'm still staying in the shape I am because I know, I have a playlist on there, Your Blueprint for Weight Loss and Exercise Success, that you can learn the food plans and just follow them. And then you can learn the exercises, the strength training, or just weight loss plans, and you can get yourself in the, the healthy and in the shape that you want, and you can become the person that you never thought you would be.